Forever Evil #2 opens with Lex Luthor doing his best to survive in the crime syndicate's New World Order. Electricity in Metropolis is out, but Lex uses a flashlight to get down to his lab. He makes his way down to an experiment labeled Subject B0. Although the specimen needs another 5 years to complete, Lex opens it prematurely. The creature released, Bizarro, is a clone created using Kryptonian DNA. It will respond to Lex's orders, and he tests it by having Bizarro kill a guard. Seeing that his creation works, Lex Luthor and his monster suit up and prepare to take on the next adversary. The scene then shifts to Crime Syndicate headquarters where they plan out their next move. Owlman tries to create a cohesive plan on how they should run the new world, while Ultraman barks out orders. After Ultraman leaves, Superwoman shares her concerns with Owlman. She is worried that Ultraman will find out that she is pregnant with Owlman's child. Syndicate members Johnny Quick and Atomica are also a couple. To entertain themselves, they go out and attempt to cause chaos. The two are surprised when they confront the Teen Titans. The teen superheroes do their best to battle the two villains, but are thoroughly defeated. Johnny Quick senses that Kid Flash is from another time period and resets his vibrational frequency. The Teen Titans are all sucked into a time vortex that then forms. The issue ends with Silas Stone attempting to secure all the technology in Argus's Red Room. He doesn't want it falling into the hands of villains. Suddenly, Batman and Catwoman burst into the room carrying a dying Cyborg. Batman says that Victor needs help because the rest of the Justice League didn't make it.
At the end of the issue, we see the first Justice League member to survive, and it's Batman.
Well, Catwoman also survives, but it's really not a surprise that Batman lives.
Not at all. It's like cockroaches and Batman. Those are the things that will always survive.
Actually, Cyborg technically survived as well, which is kind of surprising considering his organs are just hanging out.
Yeah, they're like essentially carrying in a corpse. I mean, the Cyborg suit itself was keeping him alive before. Now that's gone. Simon Boz was keeping him alive at the end of Trinity War. He's not there. So is he just dead meat right now? What's going to happen?
We'll kind of have to play that one by ear, but the other big plot point in this issue was we got to see more of the crime syndicate and kind of their inner workings.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone was really looking forward to, just knowing how the crime syndicate functions, what their relationships are. We got to see a lot more of that actually in the Secret Society Villains Month issue, which was last week.
Yeah, Owlman was having a secret affair with Superwoman, and we find out in this issue that Superwoman is actually with Ultraman.
And not only that, she's pregnant with Owlman's kid. I think this is going to be like the chink in the armor that the heroes / villains that are going to need to actually take down the crime syndicate.
It also showed a little bit of kind of the command structure within the crime syndicate. Apparently, might makes right, because Ultraman just calls all the shots, and everybody's just almost subservient to him.
He definitely is the alpha male, but if Owlman and Superwoman are, in cahoots, maybe they will actually try to overtake him. Who knows? I mean,
how they would do that is also important.
I guess that's true. I mean, Ultraman, after taking care of the moon, does seem to be very much in power and control.
Another interesting couple in the crime syndicate is Atomica and Johnny Quick. They run around just sowing chaos. Apparently that's what they're into, sexually.
Yeah, that's their idea of a fun date. They come across the Teen Titans, and Teen Titans don't really do too well.
Teen Titans get demolished. They looked completely pathetic.
They are, I guess, sent to Kid Flash's future, but I was kind of just surprised by their characterization because, especially Tim Drake, he's trained by Batman, and even in this issue they call him, like, you're acting really like Batman, but then he goes and leads them into this.
I'm just disappointed because I thought Forever Evil would be an opportunity for the Teen Titans to really step up and kind of come into their own. There's already a lot of big super teams out there in the DC Universe, the Justice League of America, Justice League Dark. And I thought this was the opportunity for Teen Titans to kind of join that elite brotherhood, but instead, they're still one of the minor leaguers. The second major plot line in this issue, though, was Lex Luthor starting his resistance, really starting from square one.
I'm really looking forward to what he does, and after reading the Villains Month issue of Lex Luthor, it's difficult to say if he's actually going to be an anti-hero at all, or he's just going to try to use this to his advantage to become, more popular in some way.
I'm guessing a little bit of both, but he does activate Bizarro in this. Of course, he says it's 5 years before he was ready to activate him. But in the Bizarro one-shot during Villains Month, we saw almost like the first model of Bizarro, and that obviously ended incredibly badly. Lex Luthor had to destroy it. But this new one, how do you think he'll function?
I think the important thing is that it'll provide the regular people with some hope because they're gonna see basically just this flash of a guy in the sky wearing Superman's colors, and I think that in itself is gonna be uplifting.
It can inspire people.
Exactly. Maybe it'll be a beacon for everyone to rally around. And at the very end of the issue, it does say that the next thing we're going to see is the rise of the Injustice League.
Stepping back and looking at Forever Evil on a larger scale, I kind of wanted to look at its pacing and how it compared to Trinity War. What do you think so far?
Well, Trinity War had very quick pacing, and I really liked it. It was over in 2 months, 6 issues only. And this one, it's going to be a monthly thing as opposed to a weekly or every other week.
Yeah, it really slows everything down. And that means Forever Evil is going to go all the way till February of next year.
It's a very long time if you think about it. And even this last month, I was kind of just waiting and waiting for this Forever Evil #2 to come out because I wanted to know how this storyline is going to progress. But instead, we got Villains Month.
I actually had some mixed feelings on Villains Month. I really liked the 3D covers a lot.
Yeah.
But I was kind of disappointed by the actual content in many of the issues.
I agree. I felt the majority of the 52 issues that we got, the storylines were either mediocre or actually subpar. There were a few that were related to Forever Evil, and that was kind of cool. And there were like a few that were actually like really good, and I really enjoyed them. But overall, I was kind of like disappointed.
Completely agree. As a grade for Forever Evil #2, though, what would you give it?
I'd give it a 4 out of 5. I think partly because I'm just really excited to see another Forever Evil issue. On top of that, I really did enjoy the art, and I'm really looking forward to what Lex Luthor does in the future.
I'm going to give this issue a 4 out of 5 as well. It had both good and bad. The Teen Titans were completely pathetic, but the issue had some insight into the crime syndicate that was great.
Thanks for watching B3 Comics Review Forever Evil #2. Before we go, we have a question for you.
We want to know from you guys, what was your favorite Villains Month one-shot?
Leave your answer in the comments below. If you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up.